Welcome back to Witchtober. Today is day 28. So we talked about how to honor the ancestors when you visit their graves, and then I figured we should talk about how to honor them at home. So I've talked about this. I always have a permanent altar set up all year round, and that is where all of my ancestor stuff lives. So I have got my very classy Jenga pieces. Yep, like the game. Yep. I actually literally have the box over there because I don't know that I ever actually added the latest one, which is my bad. We were a little busy, but ironically I did it for my cat, but my uncle, I kind of spaced off adding his, so I need to do that. But to be fair, I was out of state for a while for that one, so when I got home I just kind of totally forgot about it. So anyways, I always have Jenga pieces. You could use other things. That would probably be fine, but I have them as little name tags that I just write with a Sharpie because practicality wins every day. And so I just write the name of my ancestor and plop it on my bookcase. And my bookcase is getting a little full. My pets ended up having to take over a new shelf. And so yeah, eventually I'm gonna need to do something different, but for now it kind of works. So my ancestor altar, I keep looking over at it. Obviously I'm not going to show you because it has all of their legal names and pictures and items and stuff, but you can get an idea. So I have their name tags, and if I have a picture of them, I've got it up there. And I usually have belongings if I have some from them, lives up there as well. Some have more than others. Like my grandpa, he has an entire shelf of stuff because all of the things that he saved in life that was like, because he was a very minimalist kind of a dude, so like the stuff he kept meant something, and so I kept those things and it lives on the altar. And then, you know, some I don't have anything. It is just a name tag and that is it. I don't even have a picture. It is a project I want to do at some point kind of soonish, of getting pictures and like little frames for all of them. Mostly it's probably just gonna have to be obituary pictures for a lot, but I haven't done that yet. But if I have pictures, they're there. Items, they're there. For like pets, I have like my last dog, his collar and his, you know, tags and stuff. And, you know, obviously my cat that just died this year, I have her ashes. So it's a mix of a lot of different stuff. Military flags that we've gotten, we have 2, so they're there. And of course they're freaking big and awkward to try and fit. It doesn't fit on any of the shelves. It doesn't fit on top, of course. So, you know, when it eventually gets expanded, hopefully in no time soon, I'm gonna need to get the adjustable bookcase like this that has the adjustable shelves, and then I can plop them there. But, you know, that's hopefully years down the line. So anyways, I also have some decorations and stuff on this altar that if you're gonna set this up just for the season, you might want to include. I have a lot of skulls and stuff, and I've got a few crystal skulls, and there's like this really cute like dream catcher thing that I got years ago that's like a skull inside of a dream catcher, and it's black and sparkly and pretty. So, you know, I've got different things like that, but really it's a permanent status, and eventually I would like to get a hell statue that goes there, and that will kind of be like the main death deity that kind of resides over there. But of course, if you worked with like Hades or something like that, you might get a statue for him. Whatever works for you. But because it lives on a bookcase and we practice fire safety, you never light things on the altar. One of the Day of the Dead celebrations is to, from what I've read in books, because again, I have not gone to a celebration, you take candles and you put them in front. So you'd have like your name tag and your picture and then a candle, but a bookcase. Fire safety, don't be dumb. So instead of that, because there are like, it is specifically designated table spaces that are designed that way, like they're kind of layered so that like, obviously flame on top of a bookcase, you know, be careful. So instead I use a table that is from my mother-in-law, because if you are new here, she passed away a few years ago. So I have a table from her, and I have a black cloth on there. Oh, and I should have mentioned, my ancestor altar lives in a coffin bookcase that I built with my grandpa, because why not? Initially it was just a spooky thing, and then now it just feels very appropriate to have them live there. So I have them all on the shelves in there, and then I have this table, and that's like the central hub for them, and that is where I do all of the ancestor work. So for celebrating the ancestors at home. My big thing is that I'm not doing one in particular. Perhaps maybe if there was, you know, one that I felt like I really needed to that year, but for the most part I kind of just do a general. And so I will have a candle that I light, and I'm planning to do 13 days. By the time you've seen this, I've been doing it for a while. But for the 13 days leading up to Samhain, I will be giving an offering, lighting this candle, and just spending some time with my beloved dead. Having that candle, I'm gonna say some words, and then I will give a liquid offering. Since it's the collective, I'm probably gonna pick like a pretty neutral option, literally like water or like a seasonal tea or something. But even that's iffy because I think we have some Mormon ancestors now, thanks to Hub's side. So they're not probably going to, but I don't know, the rules change. How does that work for the dead? Because like, I remember they weren't allowed any tea, and now they're allowed certain ones, but it's not leaf? Like tea leaf tea? I don't know, their rules are interesting, to say the least. They used to not be allowed caffeine till they bought stock in Coke. Then they could have soda. Then it was fine, so. Anyways, probably stick with something safe, like maybe a juice or something. Like, and oh, I could even do, cause remember back that I said that I was doing the skull bread from Charming Pixie Flora, the Simple Sabbath book. I'm also, maybe I'll make that brew. I haven't done that in so many years, but it was good. But it makes a lot, so you gotta be drinking that constant. Oh, I could make it in my crock pot. Ooh, I might be running to the store because that will be good. I'm gonna skip the roses though because I don't know where to get fresh rose petals or dry, you know what I mean, to put it in, food safe. And mine are long since dead, so yeah. But anyways, that's a beautiful thing. I'm gonna make that because that's gonna be awesome. Samhain night, doing trick-or-treats, mostly just sitting outside and having a warm drink while we're doing the things. So anyways, maybe I'll make something like that or get like a sparkling cider or something and give it as an offering, maybe leave some food for them, and just spend some time just chit-chatting, talking about what my goals are, where I'm at in life and things and stuff that's coming up. You know, talk about any things that are on my mind, you know, of like, hey, so I'm at that age where you start to think about your life and like that quarter life crisis thing is kicking in again, and you're like, but it's the biological freaking out because you're like, oh, I'm getting old. Okay, I gotta get my shit together so that if I want to have kids, I am prepared in my 30s, because that's like just right around the corner. Like next year is my Saturn return. Oh yeah, astrologists, you know. Oh, it's gonna be great. Your whole life is supposed to be like a whole new chapter. Hopefully for the better. But anyways, that's kind of how I am planning to honor my ancestors at home. I'm doing the 13 days because I know that I have a lot of dead ancestors that I cannot get to. This is a great option. Like, I have quite a few that were cremated, and I don't have access to where their ashes were put. If they're still around, I don't know. And also if they live in different states, you know, like they were buried halfway across the country. Obviously, I don't have that kind of money to be like, peace, I gotta go out to Tennessee and to Michigan and to Oregon. Like, I just, bye, let alone other states. I'm sure we got other, if I follow the tree, because like my dad's parents, that level, I think. So my grandparents, I guess. Anyways, I think it's that level. One of them, right around that point, I think it was that level. They had, like, on my dad's side, that his dad's dad, that guy had 20 kids, 10 with 2 different wives. So yeah, that could be a big tree if I wanted to really dive deep into the family lore. And on like my husband's side, like he also has some big families too. So yeah, it's one of those where you're like, I'm sure we could make this really complicated and find the roots going everywhere across the country. But I'm just sticking with the ones I mostly know. And then it's also a good like shout out to the ones that I don't, and just have them included as just like a little wrap up of like, also you too, just in case I don't know who you are, but you're welcome. I do always add a little asterisk to this, that I only allow certain ancestors. There are some that I do not include on this altar. I don't care if you're dead. You're an asshole in life, you're an asshole in death. I don't care. You can be somebody else's problem if they want to deal with you. I don't think certain people deserve to be honored, because they were horrific people in life, and I don't think they get a pass on that. And so I don't include them, specifically like, you know, abusers and murderers and things like that. I'm not going to include those people. They were terrible people. Bye-bye. I don't need you. So I also always add that as a little addendum of, even if I don't know you, but you fall into certain categories, you're also not invited. So anyways, this is hopefully just gonna give you some ideas of what to do to honor your ancestors at home if you want to. It's something I love having this altar for when I need it, because it's set up all the time. Like when my cat died and when my uncle died, it was pretty much ready to go. I just had to go find a candle and a couple little things, but otherwise it's ready to be. And that's what I really like. And eventually I will get me a hell statue that lives there. And if I do any offerings to her, I'll also use that altar just to her. The little altar table in front of it, the working part of it. So anyways, hopefully this gave you some ideas. I would love to know what you do for your ancestors if you practice and, you know, do things like this at home, what you do in the comments down below. As always, a huge thank you to my patrons. If you would like to support me and get access to exclusive content, it's patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I post every single day, and until next time, blessed be.